You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully. Hello, it's Wednesday the 6th of November 2024, also known as NaNoWriMo Day 6, and you're listening to The Diary of a Fed Up Wannabe Writer. If you're watching the news, you'll probably know why I'm fed up. I didn't think it would annoy me this much, but I kind of expected Trump to win the American election, but I thought it was going to be much closer than it turned out to be. I mean, what he's actually won is a decisive victory, which is going to make the stupid orange bastard so smug. It's just going to be almost... I'm not going to be able to watch the news for the next few days. And I don't know why. It was always in the back of my head that he would win, possibly. I think there was obviously a side of me that wanted that not to be the case. But I suppose what's really hit home is there's lots of people have basically been saying that if Trump became president, then there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to avoid an environmental catastrophe. Well, he is president, and I suppose what's upset me so much, I think, is I'm in the middle of writing, well, not in the middle, towards the end of writing a book where effectively humanity are held accountable for what they've done to the environment. And even in that situation where they're being told, not vague scientific warnings, we need to do this or this might happen. The nature of the threat in the book is absolutely, if you do not do this by this time zone, we the trees will remove the oxygen from the planet and you will all die. And in my story, the reality is, humanity can't get their shit together with a very direct threat, with a very direct timeline of things that they need to achieve and when. So I don't know why I'm so disappointed that this has happened, because I do believe that this Trump presidency is going to absolutely fuck up any chance we've got of drawing back from the abyss. And that's a horrifying thought. It really is, because, you look at, if the temperature does continue to rise, and there's absolute evidence now, record-breaking temperatures around the world, that it is happening. But there's also sea temperatures are increasing. Now, if sea temperatures increase too much, a huge amount of our oxygen is produced by algae in the sea. So if the sea temperatures increase too much, it's going to kill all of them. And then, the stuff I'm writing about in my book, everybody dying of oxygen starvation, isn't totally sci-fi or whatever, or fantasy, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, I don't know what to say, really. I suppose when I embarked on this story, it was... it's taken me 5 years to get to this point because it is writing about the end of the world, and I started writing in 2019, and then in early 2020 with the pandemic, it really did feel like it might be the end of the world. So, and obviously a different type of end of the world, but it just put me off writing it, and I started a different project that year, and which I finished, and then I've come back to this, and I'm enjoying writing it, and I love the characters, but today I just could not motivate myself to do it. Because if temperatures get too hot, even if it doesn't kill the plankton or whatever it is, not plankton, but if it doesn't kill the planet's ability to create enough oxygen for us, it certainly might kill the planet's ability to make enough food for us. And then what's going to happen? Well, starvation on a large scale. I mean, the horrific thought is it probably won't be the rich countries that suffer. It'll be the poor countries, because the rich countries will be able to, use the power of their money to prioritise where the food goes. But that's a horrific thought in itself, isn't it? So yeah, I just feel really weirdly, horribly pessimistic today. Sorry to throw this on everybody. I've called this podcast today again, NaNoWriMo Day 5, but I actually wanted to call it The End of the World as We Know It. But it probably isn't. It's probably just, I don't know, it's just me. I really thought America had more fucking brains than to, vote in a convicted felon, a potential rapist, definitely a massive frigging misogynist. I really thought there'd be enough people in that country, to go, no, not in my name. And yet it rather looks like the overwhelming majority have gone, oh, no, we'll have that massive orange bellend as our president, rather than, someone who certainly came across as a very decent human being. Obviously, there's loads of issues within that because, everybody's saying, oh, well, a policy on Gaza has been absolutely shocking. What do you think Trump's is going to be, you gits? I mean, I'm going to stop now. But I thought I'd record one today because I haven't done any work, and I'm supposed to be doing some work, reading the case of the redacted story. I can't name the title. For the Bow Street Society. I haven't done any of that today because I've basically spent today in a haze of what ifs and just doing the normal overthinking BS that I'm so good or so bad, depending on your point of view, at doing. Anyway, I'll shut up. So I don't linger and malinger. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and do something. So haven't decided what yet. Probably National Trust or English Heritage place somewhere, just to get out of the house, which should get me back into the mood of being a bit more productive. Anyway, take care. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Wright, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.